High School Playbook starts now.
All right, those are the helmets right there, and that means welcome to the High School Playbook Show. I'm Del Rogers. Tonight is the final Friday night of the high school football regular season. And of the 68 games on the schedule in the Sac Joaquin section, some had playoff implications riding on them. We begin in Orangeville tonight as the Dixon Rams met the Casa Roble Rams in a game where the winner wins the Golden Empire League Championship. And with Dixon quarterback Jet Harris in a little trouble, he scrambles trying to look for his receiver. He pump fakes and he is sacked by Gary Cavalli. The ball gets loose and is recovered by Casa Roble. Later in the first half for Casa, Connor Campbell hands off to Josh Taylor, and JT blasts his way through the defender, almost lost his balance, but he stays upright, shaking off another would-be tackler, scoring for the Casa Roble Rams. Dixon tried to answer the bell. Jet Harris trying to pass it up the middle, but check this out. Logan March is in the right place at the right time. Logan March comes up with the interception of the Casa Roble ball. That INT set up Connor Campbell 20-yard touchdown toss to Cole Owens, and Casa Roble dumps Dixon 41-14. Casa wins the Golden Empire League Championship with tonight's victory. Now to Houston, where the Houston Huskies took on the Ripon in a Trans-Valley League matchup tonight. With the Huskies on the 3-yard line, it's a touchdown for Liam Bredford. He finds the end zone. Houston led 6-0. They missed the extra point try. Later in the first quarter, Damian Alonzo Ruiz finds the end zone from 12 yards out to give Houston a 14-0 lead. For Ripon, they struggled during the first half, but was able to turn in some great plays like this much-needed 20-yard first down by Xavier Clark of Ripon, who didn't step out of bounds right there. We looked at it, slow-moted. He should have kept going, but the referee did call him out. Despite the final score, Houston had control of this game off the block punt right here. Lamb Bridgeford scoops and scats. Number 44 goes and gets 6, taking it back to the house for a Houston Huskies touchdown. Houston would hang on to beat visiting Ripon. Final score 21-19. Now for a battle of first place in the Capital Athletic League, Christian Brothers and Vista Del Lago came into tonight's game 5-0, undefeated in league play. KCRA3 Michelle Dapper has the action.
It's a battle of the birds for the Capital Athletic League title as Vista Del Lago hosts Christian Brothers get the cowbell ready for a thriller. Fast forward to the fourth quarter, the Falcons claw their way back, scoring 22 unanswered points. The handoff to Landon Howard right up the middle for the 14-yard touchdown, 28-21 CB. The Eagles answer right back. They go with the ground and pound as well. Xavier Bryant, 24-yard score that ties things back up. Falcons quarterback William Littlejohn takes a hard hit, leaves the ball game with a leg injury. So in comes the freshman, Deacon Holden. He fires a 39-yard strike to Isaiah Jordan all the way down to the 1-yard line. But with 4:15 left, the Falcons looking to score here, but there's a fumble on the play. Vista punches it loose. Nick Braver recovers for the Eagles. CB's D steps up big here. Dustin Regino charges up the middle. The stuff for the safety. Falcons take the 30-28 lead. A crucial play there in the ball game. They extend their lead here as Holden hooks up with Marcus Price. 24-yard touchdown. It's 37-28. With 1 minute left, Vista Del Lago pulls back within 2. Johnny Coet, short pass, Matt Long. But Christian Brothers claims the CAL title in honor of their late Falcon brother, Spencer Webb, 37-35.
It means a lot because the last time we won league was Spencer Webb's senior year, and this was for him. You see that? Where's the jersey over there? It was for Spencer this year, and we did it. We did it. Our team did it. Coaches did it. I love it. I love this team.
Every game we came out here just for Spencer. We gotta carry him through our legacy. So here we go. It means everything, to his family, to the team, to the community, and we're just doing it for him.
So the Falcons now claim the league title. Now the focus shifts to the postseason. All eyes will be on that selection show come Sunday at 1:30. In Folsom, Michelle Dapper for High School Playbook.
Thank you, Michelle. Now to action from the Foothill Valley Conference, where the undefeated Placer Hillman made the trip down the hill to play at the Oakmont Vikings. Placer had everything right on this game, while Oakmont had no chance at winning the conference championship. Now, despite Oakmont battling all night long, like picking up this first down on a great catch by Brian Garcia as he picks up the first down after packing the pill for 40 yards. The undefeated Placer Hillman are the real deal this season. They can put points on the scoreboard and they can play defense like this interception by Enzo Gallo right there. Placer ends the regular season with a perfect 10-0 record, thumping Oakmont. Final score tonight, 49-0. In El Dorado Hills, Oak Ridge hosting the Del Oro Golden Eagles in a Sierra Foothill battle. After an opening drive interception by Oak Ridge, the Trojans would capitalize. Maddox Berea finds and hits Kia Ressinger for the 22-yard touchdown and a 7-0 Oak Ridge lead. But the Golden Eagles would respond. Caden Pennick gets up the deep ball. Andrew Wingill comes down with it down the sideline when the toss and catch is all added up as an 82-yard touchdown, tying the game at 7-all. But Oak Ridge, they would come back. Jake Hall with a 4-yard touchdown right here, in the Oak Ridge Trojans, they go on top 14-7. Oak Ridge, they would hang on to beat Del Oro by final score tonight of 35-21. As we do every week, it's time to show off our Great Clips Catch of the Week. And for week 10 of the high school football season, the Great Clips Catch of the Week was turned in by Houston High School. Check out number 4, Aiden Reese, as he somehow comes up with the interception of the ripping pass, and he hangs on to it. Aiden Reese of the Houston Huskies turns in our KCRA 3 high school playbook, Great Clips Catch of the Week. Should call it a takeaway of the week. To keep our promise of bringing you every aspect of Friday Night Football, it's time to introduce you to our cheer team of the week. It's the 20-member varsity cheerleaders right there from Roseville High School. The Roseville varsity Tigers cheerleaders love to make their fans in the stands stand up and cheer every game. They say they love to control the emotions of everyone at their home games. That does it for the first half of the High School Playbook Show. Coming up after a quick commercial break, I've got our Fan of the Week, plus our Epic Chevrolet Game of the Week. But for now, it's time to meet our High School Playbook Game Officials of the Week, the 5-person varsity crew. The crew chief is in the white cap. His name is Bob Cinchi. Now, Bob has refereed high school football games for 40 years. When he's not throwing a yellow flag, Bob Cinchi is a field inspector for Cal OSHA, where he's been doing that for 24 years. Prior to that, Bob served in the United States Air Force as an officer for 20 years. Time now to introduce you to our high school playbook fan of the week, Abby Penna. Abby, you're dressed up here. You're a fan of the week. What does it feel like?
I feel super excited to be fan of the week. Rosemont's going to win. I believe in them. Go get some fries.
Okay. All right, I'm down for fries from McDonald's. Welcome back to the second half of the High School Playbook Show. I'm Dale Rogers. We begin with our High School Playbook Epic Chevrolet Game of the Week, a Sarah Valley Conference game that had playoff implications riding on it. A lot was riding on the outcome of this game, as a victory by the visiting Bradshaw Christian, the Pride, would improve their chances of a berth to the postseason. But a victory by the Rosemont Wolverines would improve their playoff seeding. And on the Rosemont Wolverines' first play of the game, Finis McDaniel Jr. takes the handoff, and after shaking off a couple of would-be tacklers, McDaniel Jr. jets 73 yards down the middle of the field before he's pulled down at the 7-yard line. From there, Michael Cherry takes it 7 yards to give Rosemont a 7-zip early lead in the first quarter. But on the Bradshaw Christian, the Pride first play of the game for them, Mateo Mahica, he takes the rock. And this guy gets loose, going 50 yards before he's hauled down at the 20-yard line. But 3 plays later, Brandon Burton, he finds the zone for the Bradshaw Christian, the Pride. And when halftime came around, Bradshaw Christian led by 7 points. Now to the second half, where the scoring continued for the Pride. Brandon Burton finding the line of quick 6 for Bradshaw Christian, and they would never trail after that. Now let's go to the fourth quarter. Ethan Rickert, he fakes the handoff and handles the business himself with the old keeper. Bradshaw Christian upsets Rosemont. Final score 55-33.
It's a big win for us. We're playing a great team. They come in with a lot of momentum. We ran the ball really well tonight. It was nice for our kids. We made a few adjustments, and they really came through tonight.
You know, I think it really showed that we really can work as a family. You know, the whole year we've been struggling to work as a family, unite as a team. You know, everybody wants to use the excuses we're young, but, you know, I don't want to let that happen. So, you know, we're going to go to the playoffs, see what we can do.
All right, congratulations. In a Capital Valley Conference battle, Antelope hosting the Inderkum Tigers tonight. And the Antelope Titans, they started the scoring party when Josiah Bateman and Trayvon Watson hook up for this 32-yard scoring play that gave Antelope a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. But Inderkum would battle back and make it an even Steven. James Taylor gets loose and JT jets 32 yards into the land of quick 6, tying the game at 7 in the first quarter. Now tied at 20. But let's go to the third quarter. The Titans would retake the lead for good. Josiah Bateman to Trayvon Watson. They hook up again. Antelope would hang on to win this one by a final score of 34-26. Now, in the battle for a possible postseason invite and in the battle for bragging rights for the city of Roseville, Wood Creek and Roseville mixed it up tonight. Roseville Tigers tried to stymie their crosstown rivals in Wood Creek Timberwolves in a Capital Valley Conference battle. And this one was a battle from start to finish. For Roseville, check out Brandon Gayton. He takes a snap, fires to Joel Bradley. JB catches it in the end zone for a Roseville touchdown. But Wood Creek had the better team at this game tonight. Austin Catapatis finds Caden Blevins for the first down and a 30-yard hook. That's a long one right there. Later, Austin Catapatis hands off to Hakeem Anderson. He knows what to do with it. Wood Creek, the Wood Creek Timberwolves hang on to beat Roseville. Final score tonight, 18-15. That was a close one. Now it's time to stop the highlights, bring in the band. As we do every week, it's time to listen to our high school playbook band of the week. This week is the Rodriguez High School Entertainment Unit. They're under the direction of band director Scott Miller. Hit it! Look and sound good. Now back to more highlights as we head to Ceres for a Western Football League game. The Ceres Bulldogs hosting the Grace Davis Spartans. Ceres came in needing to win to help their cause for a playoff spot, while a victory for Davis most likely will not help them get into the postseason. For Grace Davis, the Spartans had a tough time getting anything going. Nick Garcia Ortiz gets the sack of the Davis quarterback, force-feeding the Spartans a huge loss right there. For the Ceres Bulldogs, their offense seemed to do as they please with their ground attack. Terrell Lee Gill takes a handoff. Lee Gill has all the skills, showing off quickness, speed, and top-end speed. 63 yards later, that's a touchdown for the Ceres Bulldogs. Ceres would go on to take a big bite out of Grace Davis. Final score, 36-0. In Fair Oaks, Bella Vista Broncos hosting the McClatchy Lions on the final Friday of the regular season. It's kind of dance moves right there. Get with it, girls. For Bella Vista, Ian James hands it off to Carson Rennick. 4 yards later, touchdown, BV Broncos. For the McClatchy Lions, they would answer the call. Frank Espinoza, under center. He would throw a beautiful pass in the hands of Irving Cook III in the end zone. McClatchy, touchdown. But for this one, Bella Vista, they would go on to beat McClatchy. Final score tonight, 36-14. Well, that's it for the final Friday of the regular season of the high school football season. Playoffs kick off next Friday night. For Michelle Dapper and the rest of our high school playbook crew, I'm Dylan Rogers. We'll see you back here next Friday night for week 1 of the playoffs.